actually the two lines converge, which is health and wealth, they converge, and there are many learnings between the two anyway. The first aspect, you know, and this to me is the foundation of everything that matters on both these really critical aspects of life, that they're built over decades. So whether you look at building our foundations around fitness or building our foundations around creating wealth, both take decades, and nothing happens overnight. In fact, it's surprising that we believe that if we start investing or if we start working out, the results will show immediately. In fact, that premise in itself is wrong. And that leads us to look for results very, very quickly, probably in months, if not in months, then over 18 months or 16 months. And then you tend to get a little, disappointed, कि कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, and then we tend to leave it. So rather than believing that these are lifetime journeys, I think the biggest experience I have had is that both these journeys, once you start, their lifetime journeys, they don't stop. They actually end when they end. Their end is perpetual. There is no end. It's actually forever and is perpetual. So journeys are over decades, just like wealth is compounded over decades. That's my biggest learning. Uh, I think the other really, really startling, very important discovery, which is very obvious but not very spoken about, is the fact that if we don't start early, we actually lose the advantage of time. Now look at a health issue that this country is facing. कहने के लिए we are the youngest nation in the world, where the average age is 26. But if you look around our office spaces, if you look around the people coming to work at our offices, and please don't get me wrong here, this is not to comment on anyone's, it's not an observation on anyone's body, but it's an observation on how we tend to overlook taking care of our body. If the average age is 26 and they went to a doctor to, actually see their actual physical age, chances that the physical age will be 35. And that is why we run the risk of obesity as a nation. And to control that, it's very important that as early as possible, start taking care of your health. I mean, exactly the same thing when it comes to creating wealth. Imagine a 18-year-old or a 19-year-old starting with a small habit of kind of keeping some money aside. And Shamli, you and me understand the mathematics behind this. Can you imagine, over 30 years, what that habit of saving can do? So in both the examples, it's very apparent that if we started early, the results are humongous on both aspects. The third is this very curious question I keep getting, that, मैं जाता हूँ और हम करते हैं मगर उतना टाइम नहीं मिलता है. And this is something which is happening in everyone's lives, and I have two slides around it. One is the question of time, कितना डालूं, कितना पैसा डालूं, and all of that. Fact of the matter is, time at the gym does not matter. Time at working out does not matter. In fact, just making the attempt of putting the shoelaces on and going and working out, that matters. The in a sense, what I'm just trying to allude to is the attempt to go, the exercise to just go. That is much more important than how much time we spend at the gym. Because एक बारी हमने वो effort कर ली, that means it becomes a habit, and then we tend to do it very often. So forget what time you spend there. It's just make the effort to go. Exactly the same when it comes to markets. Timing the market, as we both learned over decades, timing does not matter, but staying in the markets matters. And you can see that again in both the aspects. What really truly is the essence of both health and wealth, कि आप करो, start करो, और उसके बाद make that habit regular.